Hello everyone, my name is Rock and welcome back to another action figure review. In today's video, we're going to do a double review with the Rebel Girls from Rebel Girls. I don't know where the company is or what the company actually is. But these are supposed, or Hit Toys actually, it was Hit Toys. Studio 2. So we're going to be taking a look at Luna and Nika. So for those that are familiar, these are technically just third-party versions of Android 18 and Bulma in more unsuitable attires, to say the least. So yeah, I will say a couple of things about these boxes is that I'm pretty sure, I don't know, it looks like majority of this artwork is AI generated, but just to have the style of Grand Theft Auto. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just AI generated. So not necessarily a great thing because, yeah, whatever. They could have legit just, I don't know. At this point, I don't know. But without further ado, let's take them out and see how they look. I am not going to lie to you. These are probably some of the funniest third-party Dragon Ball figures that could have ever come out. So, just to let you know, this is literally just the exact same body for both of them, just with different color clothing. Like, the skirt is the same. Surprisingly, the Bulma one actually has shading in the skirt. Same with the Android 18, but the jacket itself doesn't have any shading. They have tattered clothing as well, which is interesting. And what's funny, what I find really funny about this, just looking at the faces, it looks like they had favoritism towards Bulma here. The Bulma faces actually don't look bad. This is supposed to be the Bulma where she has her like pajamas on, at least in the terms of the faceplate. That's what it's supposed to represent. This Android 18 is something else. This is just nightmare fuel, realistically. So yeah, like again, it's literally the exact same body for both of them, just different color clothing, which is not a bad thing. Like a lot of figures do that, but these figures, man, are they kind of garbage, realistically. Now, you may be wondering, why did I buy these? I don't know. I honestly thought that these were hilarious. Like, I know there's a market for this. And realistically, I'm in that market. But I honestly bought them because they look outrageously, like, goofy, in my opinion. Am I just the only one? Am I just, like, going crazy by thinking that? Because I think they look hilarious. I don't know. Because I kind of knew that these were not going to be good figures. And they're not. Believe me, they're not. They have some good articulation, but aesthetically, they're the exact same figure. Bulma is probably the worst one. Android 18 has, like, no other figures besides the Tournament of Power one, and also just the really expensive event exclusive and the original one too. Again, the face for 18 looks terrible. I think the hair is way too lemon yellow. It's very green yellowish. It's neon green pretty much. Bulma actually has a really nice pastel looking blue. 18 not so much. I think the clothing also works. Honestly, it's not terrible. Like, they really went up in the boob department, not so much anywhere else. So yeah, but that's pretty much all the aesthetic. Now, for the articulation, honestly, these are pretty okay. They don't have a neck like joint in the middle, but they don't look down or up whatsoever. Bulma just a little bit, but they cannot look up because they have no range of articulation here. They do have a double ball peg, and it has a lot of range. Like the ball peg, or the double ball peg, actually has so much range, but because of how they did this, it does not move. The hair pretty much just stays there, blocking pretty much everything, so you will not have any range whatsoever. You can look side to side if you wanted to with both of them. Like you can't barely pivot either. So they made the hair way too thick. Also, 18's forehead is massive in this. They could have definitely fixed that. I understand that that's kind of like the joke that they have with her, but the eyebrows not being visible is kind of crazy. Like, yeah, it is yellow on like white lighting, but still, just bring up the hairline a little bit lower and then you're good. But yeah, it's weird. This one, definitely, I do not recommend it already, just in terms of aesthetic. Bulma, if you're into the market for this, sure, this actually is not a bad Bulma. Like, the head sculpt is not bad whatsoever. Like, I actually will give props to them because it doesn't look bad. So, there's that. For the torso itself, they do have, like, pretty good app crunch. Okay app crunch, actually. They do pop off in terms of the torso pretty easily, which is unfortunate because, again, this torso has a lot of articulation. Like, you can move it forward, backwards, all that sort of stuff. But they have kind of like the same Tamashii thing where it's kind of slanted to the side, so you're not going to get much range in some directions, which is unfortunate. And just getting this back in is a hassle and a half. So let me see if I can get it here on camera. There you go. So yeah, torso articulation kind of lacking. You can pivot side to side, which is really nice. So you're really working the waist a lot. For the legs, necessarily, you do get really good range, but you will pop out the legs themselves. So again, this is a really common occurrence for figures like this because they don't necessarily sculpt around that issue. They just don't even bother, really. Another figure that had this issue was the variable action figures Nami that I looked at a while ago. That had the same issue where, like, if you move the legs, you had a high probability of actually just having the torso pop off. So they do have sculpted butt cheeks with, like, shading and everything, which is crazy. But yeah, and they have a KK logo in the back. Don't know what that is supposed to mean, honestly. For the arms, well, that kind of says everything. You can get above a T-pose, which is okay, which is really nice. You might just pop them off every now and then, which is fine. You can get them above a T-pose. You can rotate them 360 degrees, bicep swivel, obnoxiously horrible double jointed elbow, which is crazy. This is like actually garbage. And then wrist hinges, at least hopefully. Yeah, wrist hinges that you should be able to pop off pretty easily because they have kind of like the nub peg, which is really nice. Honestly, one of my favorite types of pegs because it just works well for the little tiny sockets for the hands. Like ball pegs, not necessarily my favorite because they do tend to break easily. For the legs, as we already noticed, they can kick forward pretty okay, like very far. If you go past 90, it will pop off the torso or the waist, so not terrible. Thigh swivel, going backwards, also pretty decent. Now, this is like actually the worst knee I have seen, even from a third-party company. Because, like, what is this? How do you manage this? Do you not sculpt? This is literally just a cylinder for a leg with a couple of different sculpting tools just to reduce. So they did a cylinder, they sculpted it down, and then going back out. They didn't even bother fixing the knee. The knee usually should be like protruding outward just a little bit. They didn't sculpt this figure to work with a knee whatsoever. So that is something, really. We do have not a boot swivel, but this is just a regular sleeve that you can like take off as well. I don't know if I can take off the foot, so I'm not going to try that because I don't want to break it. But this is just a sleeve for both of them. Kicking forward about that far with the foot, kicking backwards about that far, and then pivoting is pretty decent. No toe hinge because these are heels. So yeah, honestly, still okay articulation. For 18, honestly, really bad aesthetic. Bulma is okay at most. Now, the accessories kind of do make up for it a little bit because they do come with a decent amount. Alright, so this is one of those instances where I actually don't necessarily have to take out the actual faceplates because they're all really well organized with a very clean, clear package that has a clamp on top of it. So, starting with 18, she has probably like some of the wildest faces here. As you can see, one of them is turned around. So yeah, that's the drooling, which is insane. We have kind of like whole, sort of like grasping hands. Oh wait, grasping hands, peace sign hands. Are those rocker hands? Oh, I see what that is. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if I can upload this. Am I allowed to upload this? I'm gonna upload this at midnight. There is no way. Bad holding hands, more questionable hands, and then extended hands. Same thing for Bulma over here. Same size pieces of hands. And then the faceplates. Honestly, again, Bulma for some reason has like the better faceplates in terms of just accuracy to how she looks in the anime. But again, questionable faces. So I'm gonna go right into my final thoughts real quick. I wanna get this done and over. It's already been over 10 minutes for this video, at least for recording. I don't know how long this is gonna be in general, but these are some interesting third-party figures. This is what I initially thought that third-party figures did. It just did really weird concepts for Dragon Ball figures. And honestly, this is a very far out concept because it does not have anything to do with Dragon Ball at all whatsoever. I just think they're funny. They're actually just extreme, like overboard in terms of just what they're trying to do here. It's hilarious. Also, I didn't get my bonus for the bonus faceplates for buying both of them. I bought the combo, but I didn't get my bonus, so I'm not too bad about that, honestly. I'm happy with not getting any more of these. So yeah, that's an overall score. They're pretty bad figures. I'm not gonna lie to you. They're pretty bad, and they're somewhat expensive. So as an overall, actually, I'll put the picture as to how much they were. But as an overall score for both of them, each one of them gets a 6. Because again, they're not good figures. They're subpar figures. They don't have great aesthetic, especially when posing them. They don't necessarily move their head too much, like they have like no neck articulation. Torso articulation is very lacking. Going forward, backwards, a little bit better, but legs, they're okay. So, yeah. And just accuracy-wise, Bulma is definitely the better one. 18 is, it's rough. It's rough with her. But yeah, that's pretty much all the time I have for you guys today. Let me know what you guys think about these two figures. These are, again, some of the craziest figures that I own in my collection. But yeah, I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.